Hi dumplings, welcome to this episode of Treasure Hunt. I love doing episodes of Treasure Hunt. I get to show you some of the awesome stuff that is in my subscription list that you might not know about. Treasure Hunt is a series on my channel where I basically take you through a tour of some of the smaller channels that I'm following that offer content about witchcraft, tarot, self-development and related kinds of things. So basically the idea is that if you like my content or some aspects of my content, you will like at least some of the things on this list. I do not do these often enough. I often have lots of things floating around in my subscription list that I think people could do with knowing about. So I'm going to definitely try to do this series more. There are a few disclaimers before I begin. Let me see if I can remember all the disclaimers that I usually do for Treasure Hunt. First of all, I only really recommend smaller channels usually. So it will usually be channels with under 1,000 subscribers. Sometimes I will move to recommending channels that are under 2,000 subscribers, something like that. So it's never going to be sort of the bigger channels with more of a following. It's always an opportunity to showcase smaller channels at the time of publishing the video anyway, and whatever I say is on the channel at the time of me uploading this video, that's what was on it then. I can absolutely take no responsibility for anybody changing what goes on their channel. I think the usual thing that I like to say at the beginning of Treasure Hunt episodes is that if I recommend a channel and then it then goes on to become some weird neo-Nazi shitfest, that's nothing to do with me. Don't blame me, but do let me know so I can take the link out of the video description and let people know that the content of that channel has most definitely changed, because you know some people just go through weird things where they just drop everything that was part of their previous belief structure and start talking some wild crap that I don't want to endorse at all. So I wanted to let you know that at the time of recommending these channels they are all pretty active, but obviously with the passing of time some people will stop uploading on their channels. So I think if you're watching this a long time in the future, it's definitely worth going through, picking through the channels and seeing if there's anything that is still fresh, but don't blame me if some of the channels are deader than a doornail. And also when I'm talking about the channels and when I'm talking about the people that run the channels and upload the content, I will try my absolute best not to misgender. It is never my intention to misgender anybody. If I have misgendered you and you want to let me know, please let me know either privately or down in the comments. I apologize in advance for misgendering and all of that good stuff. So I try very hard not to use pronouns if I can help it whilst discussing things, but I get very enthused in the course of these videos and I just get excited. So that's usually a disclaimer that I want to make as well. None of the people that I recommend in these videos have any idea previous to me doing so that I'm going to do so, unless it's someone that I've like randomly had a chat with as a friend or as a client and said, oh, by the way, you're in my treasure hunt video or you're on my list to be in a treasure hunt video. I don't go round and let people know. People don't come to me and ask me. It's not anything that anyone's paid for or requested from me or anything like that. It's just channels that I genuinely love, that I watch myself and I feel might be in the running to make your subscription boxes as well if you're looking for new things to watch. And the main reason that I like to do Treasure Hunt is because the algorithms are just so stingy these days. It's really hard to build community on YouTube, much harder than it was previously. And I just think that when people with a slightly more established platform in these areas like tarot and witchcraft shout out channels that they like, it's really helpful and it gets us putting fresh blood into our subscription feeds, and it just helps us to know who is out there and who is talking about things, because sometimes I think YouTube very sort of aggressively pushes the bigger channels, the ones that already have a very established following. And so I'm just doing what little I can do to make sure that the smaller channels are brought to our attention as well. I'm feeling very festive today, darlings. I'm in my Christmas jumper. This is the very first Christmas jumper that I bought maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, and it's still very vibrant even though it's been through quite a few washes now. So yes, I'm in my Christmas jumper, and it's also my birthday today. So for my birthday I am giving you guys a treat. I'm giving you 15 treats. These channels are amazing. I will go through and explain why they are amazing and why I think that they are worth subscribing to if you haven't already. Okay, so the first channel that I want to recommend is Elissa Myers. I think that out of all of the 15 channels that I've got on my list this time around, Elissa Myers is the newest creator of the 15. So there's very few videos on this channel so far, but I already see it showing massive promise. I already feel like this is a channel that, yeah, I'm going to want to click on things when they come up in my feed, you know, definitely talking about the kinds of things that I really have an interest in and can get my teeth into. So just to give you a flavour, so far there is a video about witchy stuff that Elissa did as a child. There's a really awesome book review. There's also a video that sort of of straddles the themes of mental health and witchcraft, talking about OCD and how it relates to Elissa's witchy journey. Elissa's just really eloquent, very interesting. I am excited to see what is to come on this channel. So I feel like I've kind of gotten in there early, and I'm very excited to see what else is forthcoming. I really enjoy the discussion about OCD and the craft. I really enjoy book reviews. I really love just the sort of like meandering, interesting chats that we can have about aspects of witchcraft that we've experienced through our lives, how the intersections between witch and other things kind of interplay. And I really just like people having sort of videos on their channel where they just divulge their raw thoughts about things they've been through and take how their experiences have shaped them and actually sort of talk about that in relation to the craft. So Elissa, thank you so much for making what you've made so far, Honey Bunny, and I'm looking forward to see where it goes from here. And I wanted to let people know straight away about this little hidden gem in the community. The second channel that I want to recommend is what Shaniqua's into. I really love this channel. I did not know Shaniqua until I did the incredible sort of summit talk thing that Queen Auset put together for us about racial diversity and representation in tarot and issues in that sort of area of things. And darlings, if you have not seen that and that is piquing your interest right now, I will leave the link for that down below. It was an incredible, I think, 2-hour chat that various members of the community got involved in, and that is how I came to know of Shaniqua, who I just felt like, wow, this person's opinions are amazing. I just really love everything that Shaniqua has to say, and so I was gratefully, the introduction was kind of made during that chat, and since then I've been subscribed. One of the main things that you'll find on Shaniqua's channel is kind of like collective tarot guidance and monthly tarot guidance. You will see there that Shaniqua has some really incredible takes and interpretations with the cards, and obviously is very skilled at using them for self-development and direction, guidance, strategy. So I really love just hearing what Shaniqua has to say on the cards, but also there are some deep dives every now and again into other things when she feels like it. There is a video about spiritual competition, bypassing and boundaries that I found really interesting. Every so often I think Shaniqua sort of goes off-road and definitely discusses other things as well. Really just love the way that you put information across about tarot, and I love the way you use tarot for guidance, Shaniqua, so thank you for your amazing channel, and I look forward to carrying on watching. The next person that I want to recommend, sweethearts, if you are looking for new channels and you want to get excited about new content, is the Harmonious Path with Jen. I really love the content on this channel. I love Jen's vibe. I love the way that Jen puts information across, and it just explains things in a way where it really clicks. There is content about all kinds of things on the channel: goal setting, processing emotions, self-development stuff, really good guidance about scheduling, and there is also a look into Jen's planner, which is really exciting and cool. If you're a planner person, and I know there's quite a few of you that watch my stuff, you're into stationery, you're into planning, paper planning and that kind of thing, definitely check out that video in particular. Down below I'm going to be leaving the links to everybody's channels that I have recommended here, and I will also make sure to put a secondary link when I give you the link for Jen's channel, so you can actually go to that planner video if you want to see it, because this is a beautiful planner. Honestly, it's really well worth a look if you're into paper planning. Jen gives you lots of things to think about on her channel. Like I said, there's lots of self-development stuff, there's lots of stuff pertaining to strengthening and healing and really just connecting with yourself, having a better life. I could definitely just leave Jen's videos running and just do things and listen, you know? So if you're looking for that kind of content, you can't go far wrong with Jen. The fourth channel that I want to recommend for this treasure hunt episode is Ronnie Wisdom. I really love Ronnie Wisdom, just an absolutely adorable person. I get such a good vibe when I'm watching Ronnie's videos. Really interesting spiritual topics being discussed, self-development topics from a very kind of real perspective, you know. Ronnie's another one that I would just happily let Ronnie Wisdom videos play while I'm doing things. Ronnie's got sort of a soft voice, a very gentle soft voice, so I do have to plug Ronnie into my speakers in the living room, but I just like to plug in and just let those videos play. I really enjoy Ronnie's perspectives on things, and again, it's another channel that just makes me click into things in a new way, makes me think about things that I hadn't considered, makes me think about things pertaining to not only what I might want to talk about or what I might be able to help my clients with, but also me, you know, what I'm going through, and just thinking about how the opinions and the wisdom and the ideas and insights pertain to my journey. And I find that to be really helpful. I actually really just love channels where somebody sits and riffs. I like videos that have a specific topic to them, but I like videos that contain a mixture of things that one has read or learned about, but also personal insights, personal stories, and just weaving it together in this very real and honest way. And Ronnie definitely achieves that with the channel, so definitely subscribe to Ronnie. I couldn't recommend highly enough. The fifth channel that I love and want to recommend is The Adventures of Leowchu. I really hope that I'm not butchering that pronunciation. That should be another disclaimer at the beginning of these, is that I really don't want to butcher pronunciation, but every so often I may do, because I'm just a lowly English peasant, darling. So The Adventures of Leowchu, really, really awesome channel. If you go back through that channel a bit, you'll see lots of amazing travel vlogs, and a lot of them have quite a strong spiritual theme. You will see a video that has the visitation of Incan ruins in it, staying at an eco lodge in the Amazon, trying ayahuasca, working with ayahuasca in the jungle. But I'm also really enjoying the more recent videos where this creator seems to be also now allowing us into her philosophy and her thoughts on inner child work, self-love, archetypes, and I really enjoy those videos too. I'm very excited about this, and I want to see more of those videos as well. And the vibe that I get from this incredible creator is that she's just so much in touch with so many awesome spiritual tools that do help, that do aid self-development, that do aid personal growth and deep introspection, that actually works and actually benefits the system and benefits the soul. So yeah, I definitely would recommend this channel. Like I said, the travel vlogs are amazing. There is a spiritual flavor to them. The videos now where she's kind of like outlining her philosophy and giving you practical tools, talking about archetypes, talking about inner child work, also very amazing. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what more is to come for this channel. That is a really good one to subscribe to if you're interested in thinking about sort of personal development from that psycho-spiritual point of view. This person is definitely talking about that in an engaging way. Candy, Soul and Soil is the next channel that I want to recommend. The description actually on the channel says card slinging art witch with hands in the soil. Find here creativity, tarot, everyday magic, a magic garden, my art practice, and lessons in healing. And that's pretty much it. That is what is happening over at Candy, Soul and Soil. I really enjoy Candy's vibe, the creator who makes the videos. Just really awesome insights on the cards mainly, but also occasionally deep dives into other things as well. If you like my content, you're likely to like her content. Really just enjoy the whole atmosphere there. There's a really nice energy. This is a channel that I can go to when I fancy just catching up on a little bit of the content, because I found this channel quite recently, so there's loads of videos that I have yet to enjoy. I love that feeling. Don't you love that feeling? I love the feeling of finding a channel that has barely anything on it yet, where you've literally just turned up right at the beginning of somebody's journey and you've seen that they obviously have promise and they're really interesting, and you subscribe and you're like, oh my god, that's really interesting. I'm right at the beginning. I'm one of their first 30 subscribers or whatever. But I also like it when I turn up and I find a channel that is more established, that has lots of videos, and I haven't been around, and I'm like, oh my god, a treasure trove of free stuff that I can just watch and enjoy. So that's how I felt when I found this particular channel. So Candy, thank you for the videos, darling. I will remain subscribed and be interested to see how things go from here and keep watching. Thank you for your perspectives on the cards and other things. Thank you just for your whole energy. And darlings, go over and subscribe. Enjoy the treasure trove if you are not already. Oh my goddess, I'm getting so fizzy from doing this, darlings. I just love being able to deliver this goodness to you. Okay, seventh channel that I really want to make sure that I recommend is Majd Unfolds. Guys, I do not have praise high enough, honestly. This person is just, the vibe is just incredible. The wisdom that is shared, the ideas, just really switch me on and plug me in big time. So I follow Majd's channel on YouTube and I also follow his Instagram. I love the way he talks about tarot. I just find that he obviously has a very close connection with tarot, and it's obviously helped him through some major like tower moments in his own life, and the way that he can convey that whilst also making the insights very useful for you and whatever you're going through is just incredible. So he talks about tarot in just a way that I love. He talks about various aspects of self-development and spirituality, again, in a way that I really love. I love the energy that Majd brings to everything that he talks about. And Yeah, there's just something about his whole vibe that I couldn't recommend more highly. I really enjoy watching his journey unfold. Majd Unfolds, there we go, that is the name of the channel. And every time he uploads a video, I'm just very excited because I know that I'm gonna actually probably sit down, take some notes, really lean into it. And, you know, there's just a lot of sustenance there. There's a lot of nurturing there. You know, there's a lot of nutrition. Majd Unfolds videos are high in nutrition, really very much. I just want to say for the record that I've had the opportunity to talk to Majd for a couple of hours of my life. And during those couple of hours of my life, honestly, by the end of them, something was shifted in me. It was just like the way that he put certain things together and just the connections that he made and the psycho-spiritual lens that he put over what we were discussing was just very nurturing for me. So when I found out he was going to start a YouTube channel, it was just this this continuation of that energy that I was already aware of and this capability that I was already aware that this person had, that I was looking forward to being able to enjoy in video form. So I'm very happy to bring the good news to you about all of these channels, and Majd Unfolds is no exception. Go and subscribe, go and get into it. He's just a really amazing individual. Good to know. Okay, now I get to recommend Litha Tazzy. I absolutely love this channel. Very undervalued and underappreciated channel. I'm stunned that she does not have more subscribers. Honestly, get over there. I love her whole vibe. She talks about self-love. She analyzes the meanings of tarot in relation to self-development and spirituality. If you like my stuff, you're very likely to like her stuff. I very much enjoy the perspective that she brings to things. I love her insights. I love her willingness to talk about her own personal journey, but also tie the wisdom that she's acquired in with whatever it is that you might be going through. You know, there's definitely nurturing, there's definitely meat on the bone with her videos. It's not just, you know, she's taking you on her own personal journey. She's really able to provide for you things to think about, things to consider, mindset reframes that you can focus on. And, you know, she's got the most beautiful of all the English accents. So if you are a bit of an Anglophile, then you can't go wrong with Litha Tazzy either in the accent department. I do love to hear her talk. I simply and truly do. I actually follow Tazzy on Instagram as well, and I really love her Instagram posts. I must say that for me, whenever I find a new channel and I enjoy it and I connect with the content, I do always look in the top right corner of the channel to see, do they have a blog, do they have a Facebook, do they have Twitter, do they have Instagram? And I go and follow them elsewhere as well, especially Instagram, because I do frequent Instagram quite a lot, and I'm always sort of looking through my feed, so I want to make sure that I have the things on my feed that I really want, and usually that's going to be tarot stuff, witchy stuff, self-development stuff, and that kind of thing. So I would recommend Tazzy's Instagram as well, and I would just recommend that as you're going through and you're sort of browsing these channels to see what you might want to subscribe to, that you also have a look, are they on Instagram? Because if you are somebody that frequents Instagram a lot, you might want to just have their content on your IG feed, because a lot of it is very thoughtful and interesting and useful as well. Halseer is the next channel that I really want to make sure I recommend, guys. This is Brendan, the content creator's name is Brendan. Very, very funny, very engaging, sometimes gives advice or information with a side of sass, which I really love. Brendan talks about tarot, talks about goddesses, talks about spirituality. I really just enjoy the vibe, really friendly, like I said, very funny, very engaging. I like to see what Brendan has to say on things. I also think Brendan looks like Ghostmane's brother that doesn't have loads of tattoos. That's just my opinion, all right? I just think he gives me a Ghostmane vibe, which is no bad thing. So I definitely would go over and check out Brendan. Brendan talks about Lilith and also talks about hell. Brendan is, like myself, a child of hell. So that's really interesting for me as well, that we have the same matron. So if you are into hell, or you're interested just in somebody riffing on working with personified deity, working with goddesses, Brendan would be a very good shout. Really creative soul, Brendan. Lots of interesting things happening. Just launched a really awesome store with loads of cool things on it, with loads of awesome prints. I definitely have my eye on a couple of things from the store as well. So yeah, just basically a good channel, I reckon, if you're witchy, if you're tarot oriented, and you just like somebody to deliver information information or thoughts in an engaging and funny way. Brendan is very, very lovable character. The next channel is a little bit of a bigger one in the community, slightly, but I wanted to include it because I think there's probably so many people who don't know of its existence, and that is a crime. So the next channel I want to recommend is Boydiviner. I know that a lot of people adore Casper the Boydiviner. Just very, very adorable individual, very high vibe content, pretty much all based around tarot, really informative, very watchable, and so many awesome videos about tarot. So if you have not come across Boydiviner and you're literally going to click over there now on my say so, you're about to unlock a treasure trove of really thoughtful, high quality content from somebody who's obviously very passionate about the cards. That's not to say that Boydiviner is only going to talk about tarot, but that's what the majority of the channel is about. But I definitely think that Casper will put his foot in different waters as well, but tarot is really sort of like the keystone of the channel. And honestly, I could watch Casper talk about tarot forever. It's just, like I said, such a high vibe channel, really quality content. If you're passionate about card slinging, this is definitely one that you're going to want to have on your subscription feed. I know that Casper is loved at the moment because the way I found Boydiviner was through a couple of recommendations from clients who were like, have you heard about Boydiviner? Do you know about Casper? And I was like, I need to know what is going on here. What's happening? And I of course fell in love immediately. Next up is Amatereen Witch. I know that quite a few people that watch me also do watch Amatereen Witch, but I definitely need to make sure that I mention this channel because I fucking love Emmett from Amatereen Witch and everything that they talk about. So let me just give you the lowdown. There is content about chaos magic on this channel. There's content about tarot. There's book reviews. There's discussions about mental health. Emmett is a really good advocate for mental health, and they're very brave about talking about their own story, which is one thing that I really do love about them and I appreciate about them very much. Talk about trans issues, sort of trans self-care and trans issues relating to seeking medical help, and just a sort of good cross-section of different things that I think are really important to talk about, and I think that we could stand to talk about more in our communities and have more awareness with. So there's just a really good collection of things on this channel, and the way that Emmett presents their information and their insights, their views, is just very engaging, extremely eloquent, like very punchy, and I just really want to hear everything that they're saying. I find that whatever topic Emmett is tackling, I'm on board, I'm interested, you know, even if it's something that I didn't really feel like I wanted to engage with more, or I wanted to fall down that particular rabbit hole. Emmett makes me want to go down the rabbit hole. I'm like, okay, we're going. And I just grab onto their hand and away we go. I think it's fair to say that Emmett is a very brave creator. Emmett is somebody that is willing to put forth opinions that perhaps other people might shy away from. And I think that that is sort of building for them a very healthy respect, even amongst those who might not necessarily agree with everything that they have to say. I think that there's just this feeling that Emmett has come to, in some ways, shake things up and put spotlights into areas where things may have been sort of in the half dark and not spoken about, and maybe sort of allowed to continue on under the radar. So I definitely think there's a bit of a, what's the word, like a kind of mover and shaker vibe with Emmett that I really like as well, that I find really interesting for the community. I suppose what I'm saying is that Emmett gives me an enfant terrible kind of energy, and I like that. I want to recommend a channel called Nicole, Eliza, Joan, which is also the name of the creator of the channel. This channel, it has a sort of interesting mixture of things. So it is about self-actualization. There's videos on there about perfectionism, dealing with perfectionism, owning and managing your personal power, creativity. I find this is a lot more of a kind of self-development, personal growth kind of a channel, without so much necessarily the over concentration on spirituality. But I do have a lot of channels like that in my subscriber list as well. I'm not just subscribed to people that talk about, you know, magic and tarot very explicitly. I'm also about people that talk about how to handle life, you know, how to just be better at coping with your emotions, deciding what you want, going forward in an empowered way. And I really like the way Nicole, Eliza, Joan tackles those those kinds of issues. I feel like I get a lot from this creator's videos, so I definitely would recommend that you check them out if you also are on that sincere journey of self-development and you feel that you want to watch videos about various aspects of personal growth and think about how they apply to you. I definitely think this creator makes some really interesting things in that regard, so I definitely wanted to mention that channel as well. Please excuse the outfit change, darlings. I do not know where the last piece of footage went for Treasure Hunt. I was just going through looking at the different bits that I filmed, and I cannot find the last 3 people, so I need to refilm, so that's why the random outfit change here. Okay, so the next channel I want to recommend is Arcane Panda. Arcane Panda is another hidden gem that I did not know about until I did the sort of tarot racial diversity discussion summit thing that was organised by Queen Auset, and then I had the good fortune and pleasure of meeting Arcane Panda, and I was like, who is this incredible individual? I need to go in search. So I quickly subscribed. Amazing tarot content on Arcane Panda's channel. And you'll also find a few other things dotted around as well. There's some talk about shadow work. There is talk about zero waste and sustainability, which I really like. So this is a creator who speaks really well about tarot. Love the unboxings and the, you know, the imagery analysis and all that kind of good stuff that I love to see on a tarot channel, but also goes into different waters as well. I also follow Arcane Panda on Instagram. Just a really awesome creator. I am excited to find a treasure trove of content that I didn't know about. So, you know, when you just find a creator, you never heard of them before, they've got this amazing back catalogue of videos for you. I feel like that. I feel like Arcane Panda is being allowed to just, the videos are just running from one to another as I just get to know this incredible being and just like love so much and soak up so much of the amazing tarot content. I can't believe how green I am about people that are around that are making amazing stuff, honestly. So yeah, go and subscribe to Arcane Panda, amazing. Witchy Woo Woman is another that I have been watching that I've been enjoying. So Witchy Woo Woman does, for the most part, as far as I'm aware, does YouTube live streams, and then you can watch the playback of the live streams. And I've watched quite a few of the playbacks of the long live streams. And I really enjoy Witchy Woo Woman because this is a creator that is offering just basically their journey, you know what I mean? So it's very much about just a witch on the path, learning, discovering things, reading things, getting into things and talking about what the interests are and where the journey is going. And I realised that first of all, I do really hanker for that kind of content sometimes. And second of all, I want to make more of that content myself as well. I find that my videos, of course, are very sort of like resource oriented. They're about you know, they're sort of tools to help you live life better or practice spirituality better, but I don't feel like I actually talk often enough about just my path, just what is going on with me, what I've been experiencing, what is a struggle, what is a triumph. And Witchy Woo Woman has exactly that kind of vibe where it's just like somebody taking you along on their incredible journey and just what it is like, you know, living, being a witch and learning about crystals, learning about herbs, learning about cards, that kind of thing. I think there's a bit of sound healing content on the channel as well. So I just very much enjoy feeling like I'm being let into somebody's witchy practice and someone just sort of like telling me how things are going and sort of shooting the breeze. It's very comfortable, very nice. There's a high vibe energy there. So I really enjoy that channel. Last but not least, Shaine Warren, an amazing channel that I definitely recommend you subscribe to. I really love Shaine's whole vibe. I really enjoy listening to her talk about pretty much anything. Her channel includes really like motivational content for people who are ambitious, who want to go after what they want in life, but also very spiritually centered content about, you know, trusting your intuition, following your heart's desire, that kind of thing. And Shaine has recently got this series, I think it's called Chill and Draw, where she does sort of like Zentangle drawing and just talks. And I really enjoy following along with that series because I like listening to what Shaine has got to say, but I also like the fact that I feel that I can just do my art while Shaine does her art, and it's like you're doing art together. So that's really nice. Shaine, it really does have great self-development tools. I just love the way that she approaches certain things. She gives me things to think about. She gives me mindset shifts to consider. And it's just a very nurturing channel. It's got very nurturing spiritual and self-development content. So definitely check that out if you're into that kind of thing. Okay, there we go. I came back in to do the last three because I don't know where they got to, but I really hope that you enjoy going through this list and subscribing to people, and I hope that you enrich your subscription list in this way. Please let me know down below which channels have you discovered from this video that you really enjoy and you're happy you found. Which channels did you already know about that you're really glad that I mentioned? And until next time, much love, darlings, and blessed be.